She's not a Jedi, but she fights like one. She left the Order, but never the light. Ahsoka Tano's journey is one of the most compelling in the entire Star Wars universe. From her debut as Anakin Skywalker's Padawan to her rise as a symbol of hope, Ahsoka has become a fan favorite and a force unto herself. Ahsoka first appeared in Star Wars, The Clone Wars, in 2008. Voiced by Ashley Eckstein, she was introduced as a young Togruta apprentice assigned to Anakin Skywalker. At first, fans weren't sure what to make of her. Snippy, brash, and calling Anakin Sky Guy? But it didn't take long for her to prove herself. Thrown into the chaos of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka quickly showed courage and skill. She led troops in battle, stood up to Jedi Masters, and challenged Anakin's decisions, often reflecting his better nature. But Ahsoka wasn't just learning from Anakin. She was influencing him. Their bond was more than master and Padawan. Anakin saw Ahsoka as family, and that made what happened next all the more tragic. In Season 5, Ahsoka was framed for a bombing at the Jedi Temple. The Council, wary of public perception and politics, stripped her of her status. Even Anakin couldn't stop it. Betrayed by the very order she served, Ahsoka walked away. It was a turning point, not just for her, but for the Jedi. Her departure was a quiet rebellion, a warning that the Order had lost its way. Even without the title of Jedi, Ahsoka continued to fight for what was right. She reemerged during the Siege of Mandalore, one of the most intense battles of the Clone Wars. Facing off against Darth Maul, she held her own, and more, but she couldn't stop what was coming. When Order 66 was executed, Ahsoka refused to kill her clone troopers, even as they turned on her. Her heartbreak was evident. She buried the dead. She laid down her lightsabers, and she disappeared. Years later, Ahsoka returned, this time in Star Wars Rebels. She took on a new role, working in the shadows of the early rebellion under the codename Fulcrum. Her most painful moment came in Season 2, when she confronted Darth Vader and realized he was Anakin. It was a moment of heartbreak and defiance. She stood her ground not as a Jedi, but as a friend. In one of Rebels' most mysterious arcs, Ezra Bridger pulls Ahsoka into a dimension beyond time, saving her from certain death. It was confirmation. Her journey wasn't over. The Force still had plans for Ahsoka Tano. In 2020, Ahsoka made the leap to live action. Rosario Dawson brought her to life in The Mandalorian, searching for Grand Admiral Thrawn and the missing Jedi Ezra Bridger. She wielded white lightsabers, a sign of her independence from the Jedi Order. Her story continued in the Book of Boba Fett and her own series, Ahsoka, exploring deeper into the unknown regions of the galaxy, ancient Force lore, and the next generation of Force-sensitive beings. She's a symbol for those who walk their own path, who stand for what's right even when institutions fail, who believe in redemption even when all seems lost. She survived the Clone Wars. She faced down Vader, she stood against Thrawn, and she never lost hope. She may not call herself a Jedi, but Ahsoka Tano is what the Jedi were meant to be. From outcast to icon, Ahsoka's story reminds us that true strength lies not in power but in choice. And hers? Change the galaxy. Let me know your favorite Ahsoka moments, and if ancient knowledge is what you seek, subscribe and unlock the galaxy's forgotten wisdom. May the Force be with you.